So let's just come into a good, stable meditation posture. And we'll just begin with a little bit of mindfulness to just feel ourselves within the body in this place and time where we are. We are here now. Feeling the sit bones, just connecting you lightly to the cushion or the chair, whatever you may be seated on. And although you can be rooted through the sit bones, you can still sit with ease, with a sense of lightness, and letting go of all of the weight and the density within the body down through the lower half and out, down into the earth element below. Feeling the breath in, just awakening the inner senses to feel and receive and become curious about the breath. Breathing in. What do I feel? Gently holding. What is here in the space? Breathing out. Letting go. Breathing in and opening. Holding. Simplicity of awareness. Breathing out. Release. Knowing that your whole body is listening. Aware. Awake. And coming into a state of deep ease, easefulness, restfulness. All that you sense when you do this is in this moment. It is of this moment, this present moment. And part of the letting go can be relinquishing anything from the past or any anticipation into the future about anything at all, including your meditation. Just really fully open to this moment, like a flower opening in the morning sun. And breathing in through the nostrils, we can breathe in. We can feel like a thread of lightness through the nose and then down through the center of the body, down towards the base of the spine, the root. Let this inhale be one slow continuum of attention. Same thing with the exhale, breathing back out from the base all the way back out through the nostrils. And along the way, pay attention to your spine, as if the breath is Just gently easing down along the inner part of your spine down to the base, breathing out along that inner part of the spine, paying attention here to the back. On your next inhale, just feeling a sense of lifting in the chest and the upper body, feeling just this, what can feel like an ascending in the body. Breathing out, remaining. So you really have this upright posture of basic dignity and presence, this spine of stability. Having a sense that your spine reflects a quality of equanimity, just an evenness of mind, a neutrality. What we can refer to as a strong back, stable spine, unmoved and present. And in the front of the body, as you breathe in again down that midline of the body, feeling a softening in the front, while also maintaining this stability in the spine. Feeling the belly softening, gentle, flexible. Also up in the solar plexus area. Just flexibility as you breathe in, as if the muscles are just gently massaging or being massaged by your breath. Soft front. Supported by this strong back, we can experience this soft front as loving kindness, a sense of caring and concern. We might also grow into a feeling of compassion. Strong back, soft front. Balanced between this equanimity that gives us stability and presence in the midst of suffering, and the deep caring and softness of love, of compassion. Sometimes this can feel perhaps a little raw in the area of the heart. And so we want to just sort of stay with the breathing. And within that breathing, particularly the inhale, just feel how spacious the subtle heart can actually be. It can hold whatever's there. No need to do anything about it, but just simply bearing witness and holding what arises lovingly and letting go of the rest. So we'll begin now with the Tonglen part of this practice. And how we can begin to practice this is simply to notice how you feel as you bring to mind the events that have been occurring in Turkey and Syria around the earthquake. What is coming up for you here? And as you breathe in, allow those feelings to arise. It may feel counterintuitive, but we really want to make space for our own feelings before we really lean in fully to those of others. So we begin by simply practicing with ourselves first. Breathing in what arises, just holding this in mind. If you like, you can name it, you can label it, or just feeling just a generalized sense of suffering, maybe like the smoke or cloudiness. Breathing out, we release and relax around this feeling. And remind yourself now that others too are feeling this very feeling. Even here on this call together, so many feel this, even beyond our circle, out in the world. As we widen the circle of our knowing that so many feel this feeling, the heart too can follow and become even wider and more spacious. Others too feel this feeling. Breathing out, we release around this. And throughout history, sometimes people will practice this next part by visualizing the heart as encased in a metal shell, but we're going to just bring our attention to the heart as being looking or appearing like an egg with an eggshell around it. So visualizing your heart and beginning to see just this very tiny crack forming at the top. And this crack that travels down the front of this egg, slowly, gradually, the crack itself slightly widening a bit. And from within, shining out through this crack in this eggshell is this clear, luminous blue light peeking through from the center. As this crack continues to travel down the front of this eggshell, down towards the bottom, and these two halves beginning to just sort of come apart right there in the center. This bright, clear luminosity shining even more from the center out. And then ultimately, these two halves fall away entirely. And your heart now appears as this radiant quality of clear, pristine blue light just shining right out from the center. Like a brilliant, bright morning sky. Continuing with the in-breath and the flow of the out-breath, naturally, slowly, as you visualize this. Bring this quality to that feeling or feelings that you were feeling a moment ago. Permeating that feeling, surrounding it with this vast, spacious love. Also to all those who feel this feeling too, widening your circle, sending out this radiant compassion. Breathing in, taking in this feeling. Breathing out, sending forth this bright, loving radiance. And let us also now do this as a community of practitioners with the power of one heart. We all breathe in whatever suffering arises, and we breathe out together, sending forth this unconditional caring and love. Bringing to mind the people who have been so deeply impacted by this earthquake from this place of stability, compassion, and unity. Just gently receiving the suffering, sending back out this profound love of caring. All the families, the people who have loved ones that have been injured or who have passed away or are trapped. Let us all breathe in their concern, their anguish together. And let us all together hold it in this spacious power of one heart, and then breathing out, we send them this deep love. If you start to feel a little overwhelmed or some sorrow, this is understandable. What you can do is just practice as we did earlier with your own feelings. Come back to your own feeling with the breath. Breathing in, breathing out, sending yourself this love with this feeling, coming back to the heart and to this quality of light. And this is how we train in sending and receiving compassion at your own pace. May all of us breathe in the anguish of those who remain without shelter. May all of us breathe out and just send forth our deep knowing, a deep caring, and unconditional love. This deep, profound wish for refuge for all, for each and every one of these victims of the tragedy. For those who are waiting for word from loved ones, who are just in fear, uncertainty. With this strong back and soft front, let us breathe in all that they are feeling. Form of smoke, maybe cloudy cloudy quality, all of which becomes neutralized in the heart of your own bright, luminous compassion. And breathing out, we send all of this forth together in unity to all of those in fear. To those who are injured, seriously injured, or even with minor injuries, they still bear the trauma of those injuries. With the power of this one spacious heart, let us breathe in together and receive their pain. Let us breathe out together and send forth this luminous, radiant caring and love for healing, for wellness, for recovery. For those who have perished, may we receive their burdens too, as well as the grief of their families and their beloveds and loved ones. Breathing in, breathing out, sending forth with the power of this one spacious heart, this bright, luminous caring and love. And the wish for freedom from suffering. And also be mindful of the narratives that may arise in the mind. Being watchful for things like pity that come with the story. Here we are simply generating deep love in exchange for the suffering. If you find you're getting distracted by images, feelings, just sort of unhook and come back to breathing in, breathing out, and working with your own feeling. Strong back, soft front, spacious heart. Do your own feeling. In this way, we are able as a community to lean in to what is happening, to the suffering of those even halfway around the globe. And finally, we can widen the circle even more to include all beings in suffering and all places. Breathing in the presence of the world around us. Breathing out this caring, loving brightness of your own compassion out into the world around you. We often practice this way with ever widening circles. And this also becomes a way to return back to where you are now, breathing in the presence of the world around you, breathing out and sending your own compassion, your own loving presence into the world around you. And I'd like to offer a chant, and you can just continue to rest, to now just sit back in your body, feeling your breath again. I'm going to offer up the Medicine Buddha chant for all of those impacted by the earthquake, for all that is being felt now by so many in that region. This is the Medicine Buddhas, the chant for healing, for recovery, for well-being, and for ultimately freedom from suffering. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishya Guru Vaidurya Prabharataya Tatagatyar Hati Samyaksham Buddhayate Yata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radaya Samugate Zoha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishya Guru Vaidurya Prabharataya Tatagatyar Hati Samyaksham Buddhayate Yata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radaya Samugate Zoha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishya Guru Vaidurya Prabharataya Tatkatyar Hate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radaya Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishya Guru Vaidurya Prabharataya Tatkatyar Hate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radaya Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishya Guru Vaidurya Prabharataya Tatagatyar Hati Samyaksham Buddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rajaya Samugati Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishya Guru Vaidurya Prabharataya Tatagatyar Hati Samyaksham Buddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rajaya Samugati Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishya Guru Vaidurya Pavarataya Tatgatya Rahati Samyaksham Buddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rajaya Samugate Zoha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishya Guru Vaidurya Pavarataya Tatgatya Rahati Samyaksham Buddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rajaya Samugate Zoha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishya Guru Vaidurya Prabharataya Tatkatyar Hite Samiksham Buddhaya Deata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rajaya Samugate Soha.